Can I? No, yes, I can. Gemini. What's going on, everybody? I think you all can see me. You all can. Yep. So I am working on. I converted my old Windows PC to a Linux distro since Windows 10 is not supported anymore. And I found it was just sitting here collecting dust. So I've been playing around with AI agents on my main PC, which is what I'm streaming from right now. And my other one just been sitting here collecting dust. So I'm like, let me convert this over to an agent machine. Let me have it run some tasks for me, manage certain parts of my business from correspondence, seeking out clients, and like doing content creation for me. So meaning getting scripts and stuff together for me to take a look at, read over, and if I like it, then create the content based off of the scripts it has together. Send out emails. Some of this stuff I probably won't do on stream. I'll probably do offline. I'll probably do a demonstration of it because some of it relies on my proprietary information, and I'm not giving out, especially me working at Parrot OS. I'm not going to show you all my proprietary stuff, even though some of it's using my business account, which I don't have nothing secret in my business account anyway. So, but yeah, so that's what we're gonna be doing tonight. Depending on how long I get on, I may do some gaming for a little bit, but I really want to work on this. Why does it look like that? Is that the background? Why is the background like that? Yeah, why is it doing that? Oh, I'm not worried about it. So yeah, I've been working on this on my, like I said, my main PC. I think I lost my train of thought. Now I'm sitting looking at this backdrop for my camera. And this is the thing about streaming, man. You see stuff that you don't necessarily see. When you are, because it wasn't doing this. Now I don't understand why it's doing that. It don't matter. It is what it is. I don't think that's gonna be. What if I just turn the border off? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind being in the circle. Throw that ass in a circle. I don't care about that. But yeah, so the premise of it is, I want to have my agents work on my stuff 24/7. So the only thing I want to be able to do is look and see what tasks it need me to fulfill as the manager of the stuff. Once it's done, approve it. It go ahead and send out the emails, and then do everything else I needed to do too. I'm not letting it do financial stuff. I'm not getting into that at all. Like I've seen other people do that, and it's messed their stuff up doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't want anybody to mess with my money outside of me messing with my money or my accountant. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna be working on tonight. Just building this out some more. I initially wanted to do this in Arch, but I've built out an Arch machine before, and I always tell people that if you learn in Linux, and I'm still not a master at Linux, I work on it at work, but I don't work on it all the time. So a lot of these stuff I have to remember or pull off the scripts myself online, because I haven't worked in a Linux distro. So I've probably been working off of Mac and off of my Windows PC for my testing and stuff at work. So I haven't did any server management stuff, which I need to get back in doing just to keep a practice and refresh, like get a refresher on commands and stuff. And it's different between different distros. Right now I'm using Parrot OS, which is based out of a Debian distro. I have experience working in Mint. I have experience working in Ubuntu, and I'm working out of course, out of what is it? I can't even remember. Out of Arch. I built out a machine of Arch. So I say that to say that if you're ever interested in learning Linux and learning what we do in the security world, I just suggest, or just in tech in general, just build out a Linux machine from scratch. It will humble you gracefully. You will learn a lot from it. Now, if you like me and you get older, it's gonna be hard to retain it. You got to take some notes. But y'all younger people, y'all shouldn't have a problem with that. I still say take notes, because there's a lot of stuff to learn when it comes to Linux. Arch is hard. Like Arch is very hard. Like you spend a lot of time working in an Arch distro, building stuff out, doing network connections, adding in drivers for things that you want to connect to it. It's a lot of stuff that you have to do and configuring stuff out, configuring Windows. It's a lot, but you learn how a system is built from beginning until, I don't want to say to the end, because it's always something else that you can do to it. And it has a lot of configurations in there. Like even now, I've been looking at Hyperland, which I wasn't too familiar with Hyperland, but I saw some of the cool setups behind Hyperland, which is just basically a window management operating OS. And it threw me off at first, because when I first booted into Hyperland using Arch, I wasn't, because I never worked in out of Hyperland before, all I saw was a black screen. And I thought I had messed something up with my drivers when I was configuring it out first before I even installed the OS onto my machine. So I was going back through, rebooting, reinstalling it, making sure I got my correct NVIDIA drivers, only to find out that that's how a Windows management machine loads up. It is just a blank slate, and you have to open up a terminal and get to configuring on a terminal, and then dropping down into the config file using Vim or Nano or whatever text editor whatever y'all want to use, and changing things up in there, getting your monitor set up, dropping in background. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that I didn't think about when I was working on it earlier, and having done this all before, not working it with Hyperland, but having worked in a blank distro like that, I didn't want to do that again, because that's very time consuming. And I have too much stuff that I'm trying to work on right now, between trying to get back on track with editing a documentary I'm doing with this gun club I'm part of, working with this nonprofit. So I'm one of their tech persons, and we're working on using their AI agent with this new company that we signed up with to do some of the back end stuff for us. get their stuff fixed and work on my own personal business. I have to get back into doing content creation, which is what I'm doing right now. Doing more content creation for social media alongside of pushing my business and getting more clients. And it's a lot. So no, I say all that to say I didn't feel like doing all that. So it led me to install in. I had Kali Linux installed before I wiped it away and put on Arch. And I didn't want to go back to Kali for a little bit because I've always worked in Kali, even with like work and stuff and working out demonstrations, doing like demo work or just testing stuff myself. So I want to go to Parrot, do something different. There's something I always got applications and scripts already built into it. And I like how Parrot looks. I can still configure it because it's Debian. I can still, which y'all see is themed out right now a little bit. So there's still more I want to do to it. And yeah, so from there, I want to install the agents and then make it along the way of doing all that, add more themes to it there so I can make it look more pretty and more eye pleasing. Because I want it to look eye pleasing when I'm working on stuff. So I want to be able to look at stuff as it's running. And man, I like how it looks, man. I mean, who don't like a pretty desktop? I mean, if y'all don't, I mean, yeah, I don't know who don't like a pretty desktop, which is why Windows does what it does with Windows 11, and now they're making it to making itself more beautiful with AI. So now I want to configure it out. So my old machine is, I forget what the processor is. It's an old NVIDIA 1070 Ti, I believe, with 32 gigs of RAM. And so it's a beefy machine. It's just the processor is old and the GPU is old, but it ain't too old where it can't do what I need it to do right now. So yeah, I need to get a script. I want to build something out for the terminal to show like my all the back end stuff. So hold on one second while I work on that, and y'all can rock out to some of this music. To do that. What is that? So it's called fast fetch. Yep. All right, so sudo app sudo app install fast fetch. Y'all need to know what that is. Yes. What? Failed to fetch, not found. Unable to fetch some archives. Maybe run apt-get update. Try sudo. Oh, I guess it'll help. Sudo apt-get update. Yep, that worked. All right. All right. Generate config file. Fast fetch. Gen config. No. Can I spell? Config fast fetch. No, now I'm just trying to configure this. Just I mean, shows your CPU and GPU. Yeah, I see it. All right, so it's Gucci. No, it's Gucci. Echo fast fetch. Bash RC. Oh, let me clear that. All right, so there we go. So I got an old Intel i7 7700K. Yeah, I got my 1070 and 32 gigs of RAM. So I think that's good enough. They ain't got no. Yeah, y'all don't need to see all that. Let me wipe that. No, I need to. Yeah, we don't need that. How does others? What do people have on theirs? I mean, it ain't like y'all can do anything like learning my IP address, but I don't want my IP being out there like that. Even though it is out there like that right now, but I mean, y'all couldn't get in this if y'all wanted to. I mean, this thing is, yeah, you couldn't even. This thing is sandboxed. Not to say you can't. I would never say nobody can't. I would never say nobody can't. They can. But yeah, I don't. I'm not displaying it out there. I think that's it. Save modified buffer, yes. All right, let's see it again. Yep. It is out of there. It is out of there. All right, so I'm gonna clear that up. We're gonna keep it fresh. We're gonna go ahead and sconch that over there. We're gonna open up a node. We're gonna open up a node. Why is that command not working? Clear. All right, so now let's get on to see, that's the one thing I do appreciate about a window management. It snaps everything into place. And it adjusts the stuff to make things look pretty. All right, so first, we got that done. So I like what it looks. All right, what's the first step? Let's get Ollama installed. Curl FSSL HTTPS Ollama come install sh that password is so wrong. All right, we getting llama stalled in. And I got it working on my Mac. It is CPU intensive though, and I got it working on an M1 Mac, and it started slowing my stuff down. Like it really was starting to get on my my CPU, but I was trying to work on other stuff too, which is why I want to primarily isolate it to this machine. NVIDIA GPU detected, but your OS architecture are not supported by NVIDIA. Please install the what? NVIDIA GPU, but your OS and architecture are not supported by. What the hell is that? Like, what do you mean my OS and architecture are not? Trying to getting this. Sudo git add architecture grade 6 sudo update. Install the kernel. See what I'm saying? This is stuff I was talking about, man. It's like it's always something with Linux stuff that you just have to have patience on. But I guess that's the beauty of working at Linux, right? Like you got to be one of the ones that's willing to want to invest the time in. I can't say learning because clearly I'm not really learning all this stuff. I'm just writing down off of what I'm picking up online. Sudo app install NVIDIA driver NVIDIA CUDA tool kit NVIDIA 5Y. If my head is too big, y'all let me know too. I mean, I do got a big head. Yes, all of this, yes. But if the circle is too big, let me know, and I'll minimize it. But yeah, I got this working on both my PCs. But like I said, it takes up some CPU, and like my stuff really started dragging. So I figure if it has its own machine to work off of, fail to fetch what? AMD. Oh, we just pull. Well, no. Not found. IP. Hey, what's going on, Rashuk? Let's do status. But this is a driver. Maybe run apt-get update. Update. I'm just working on trying to install some agents, bro. So I'm doing everything from scratch. So if I run into errors, I'm running errors, and I'm trying to troubleshoot that as well to skip and acquire. No. I recognize option. Let me look up something really quick. Yeah, I'm just toiling around on some stuff. Um, Sources list. Parrot list. The what was that error? I had to make a note of that error. Mira Clarkson. I don't even see that. Parrot Echo. I don't even see it in the source list. Update testing. I don't care about how to configure anything. Berkeley. You know what? I can just do a search. It ain't even in there. I knew I didn't see it. How are you trying to pull a mirror for something that I don't see? I don't see that. I'm gonna exit out of that. I don't see it. So I'll clean. Update. Binary auth rate is 6. I think I'm gonna still get the same error because I couldn't find that. Yeah, I'm just going through the trying to get these agents working on my Parrot distro, which is my first time trying to get an agent installed in Linux. So While I'm working on it, might as well have everybody watch with the pains and woes and look up errors as I find errors. When I did it on my Mac, I didn't run into any problems on my Mac. Only issue I ran into on my Windows computer was when I installed Gemma 4, which is Google's new local agent. Cause I had the error came up again. Mirror Clarkson edu. I don't see that. Unable to fetch some archives. Maybe run app get update. I keep forgetting, bro. Man, it's like I be hitting Control C. I'm thinking I'm on or app or Alt C, like I'm on a MacBook or something. Bro, I get all that. All right, let's try this out. No. Can I find the doggone star? All right, sudo auto remove. Can I spell remove Y? All right. It's like I'm looking. My monitor's over here, so it's like I can look straight ahead, but it's almost like it's easier for me to just look to the side of the doggone monitor. All right, let me copy this. That did it. I got a script written too. Try to get everything together that I would need when I was trying to do all the stuff on stream. All right, now let's see if that works. Oh, I want to be able to do an autofill. How can... I'm gonna install Ghost Text too. That way I don't have to keep retyping in stuff. I still got the error message. Pimpin', why am I still getting that error message? Let me do this. My ADHD is kicking it in. RC. No, that is not it. That was it. Tilde ZSHRC. I think it's the wrong file. Can I stat no such file or directory exists? Create the directory and clone. Better destination already exists and is. Just delete the current folder and redownload it fresh. This ensures there are no broken files or half-finished clones. Did I do that twice? Not you. Man, it's still blank. It crashed. What do you mean it crashed? No. Why do I keep doing that? All I was trying to do was install the Ghostwrite, man. Yeah, I'm not running that. I'm not running that on stream. Bro, whatever. I'll install that later. That requires some personal info. And we aren't doing that. Now we want to install the final reboots. I still got that package.